We take it to Andrea, who has an exclusive interview with the President of South Africa himself, Mr. Jacob Zuma.
Thanks, Nick. So, Mr. Zuma, 2010 being the most important year in South Africa, are you going to be having any new policies or laws introduced to South Africa?
I believe not, because since 2009 had ended on a high note, I shouldn't have much change in any policies and the people, like what I'm doing with South Africa and what I want to continue on pleasing the people.
A good 71% of South Africans say that they would still vote you as a leader of the South African National Congress. How do you respond to that?
Well, it would be a delight to be a leader of the ANC again, but I'm glad that more than half of South Africans still see me as their leader.
As some other countries and people that would like to say your lack of vision and leadership, and some people only telling you should only run for one term, what are your thoughts on these people?
Well, as other people would like to say, I lack of certain characteristics, I would like to object and say most of my country would like to see me a leader again. And do I say I have some lacking abilities, but I have bounced back worse problems before in the past, and I will continue to help South Africa and its neighboring countries.
Thank you, Mr. Zuma, for this quaint interview.
My pleasure.
This event occurs once every 4 years, so it's quite a big deal. FIFA has chosen South Africa to use this impoverished nation to attract lots of money and media attention. This is the first time the World Cup has been in the African continent. This is the 19th World Cup to date. The inaugural FIFA World Cup was in 1930 and was held in Uruguay. Since then, the World Cup happens every 4 years, with the expectation of 1942 and 1946 due to the World War II. Only 7 different nations have actually won a World Cup, Brazil being the most successful with 5 victories. Italy, Germany, Argentina, Uruguay, France, England, and other 6 countries. Brazil is the only country to participate in every single World Cup final stage since it's been first held. We are here with one of the teams hopeful to win the World Cup. They've been practicing day in and day out for this moment. One of the field reporters is present at one of their practices right now.
Hello, I'm here interviewing Steven Pienaar, one of the stars from the South African squad, who's vying for a chance to become one of the few countries to win a World Cup and to become the only African country to win one.
Hello. I'm glad to be here to answer any questions you have for me.
Thank you for taking time to be with us today.
No problem. Anything for the fans.
So tell me, you are considered one of the biggest stars to ever come out of South Africa. How is it dealing with all this pressure?
As you know, Nick, South Africa as a nation has only participated in 2 World Cup final stages in the past. And here we are now as the host nation, hoping to become the champions in the process, stun the world and upset all the top contenders, such as Brazil, England, and Spain.
Okay. This is South Africa's 3rd World Cup after failing to qualify in 2006 and being eliminated in the early stages in 1998 and 2002. Why do you expect this time to be any different?
Well, this time we have a solid starting lineup, and we have many strong players to help our team through this World Cup. We will miss the presence of our top striker, Benny McCarthy, but we hope to be able to fight through it.
As you know, South Africa is the center of a lot of controversy. You were banned from any FIFA-type competition in 1966 due to apartheid, and you were only recently allowed back into the World Cup. This happened in 1991, only after apartheid was completely abolished. And nowadays, with other countries questioning your right to be here after you qualify due to host nation privileges, what is your reaction to all these skeptics and naysayers?
It's always been my point of view that, and pardon me if this sends the wrong message, but if we don't have people doubting us and our abilities as a team to compete at this level of soccer, then we are not doing our jobs. If we don't have people in the stands cheering against us and fidgeting in their seats as they see their home, nation step onto that pitch against us, then we're not showing our true ability as professional soccer players, representing our nation proudly and beautifully.
Wow, that was truly inspiring. And with that patriotic note, we're going to finish it up here and send it back to the studio. That's it for me today, folks. Good night.
Go.
We traveled back in time to 1990, where we can get a glimpse of the apartheid back in action.
Hey, you have your pass card?
I don't have it.
Yeah? Really? You're going to have to come with me then. Come on.
No.
This worker has been caught without a pass card. He will most likely end up in jail or fined. Africans need their pass card to leave their reservations. We are now witnessing an interview with a man who witnessed and was a part of the apartheid.
So, how did all this apartheid make you feel at the time?
We were classified into 3 racial categories: white and black Africans, colored or mixed descent, Indians, and Asians. We were put in these groups based on appearance, social acceptance, and descent.
What were white people classified as, and how are they treated?
They generally received better treatment. They had better jobs and education.
And what did your passbook contain?
Our fingerprints, photo in non-black areas.
Interesting. So what were your living conditions like? And what were your education like?
We had the poorest living conditions and poor education. It's sad looking back. The Bantu Board of Education only prepared us for second-class work. Some of the people who led the apartheid were Nelson Mandela, Jacob Zuma.
Okay, thank you for sharing all this stuff about the past.